Start. Just a second. Yeah. So let's first do a quick recap what we discussed in the last class, and then we will check how we can apply those discounts and promotion to the cart level. Okay, we will create an order and then we will verify whatever we have done in the last classes, how it is actually viewing to the end user. So see, there are a couple of ways to provide a discount or provide promotions, whatever you want to call. There are three ways actually. First is you can directly go to particular product and you can change the actual base price of that product, which is not recommended. This will only happens very rarely that someone will go and directly do the changes on that. Why? Because user will not see. Even let's say a good, let's say a good is cost around 1000 USD and you have changed it to 800 USD, right? In that case, yes, you can do that, but as a user, when you check, you will see the MRP as 800. You will not see anything in the discounting. Okay, so that's why it is not a best practice to do that, but again, it's totally subjective. Next thing is you can create promotions. Okay, so promotion, like I was discussing in the last classes, promotions is basically meant for a smaller small duration and for large audience, right? So the purpose of adding promotion is because you want to provide some additional discounts on selected products. You can create promotions for product bundle and single product, but you cannot create promotion for entire category. Okay, in most of the time you will not create the requirement is also the similar. You under one see how basically you will get a requirement. They will ask you to generate promotions for selected items. Let's say for all old iPhones, they want to give 20% off. In that case, you just need to add all old iPhones, right? Let's say the latest iPhone that is available is iPhone 13. Then you will add the promotions for all the old iPhones. You just need to add all the you just need to create one promotion and add all the product inside that. So this is the one. Second option is you probably sometimes create promotions like that, like 20% promotion, 20% off, 30% off, 40% off, 50% off. This way you have created 4 promotions, right? Now once you get this thing is deployed, now in the production only, the run team or someone who's actually supporting the production environment, they will add the product according to the requirements. Okay, this happens when client don't want to share the production data with you. Okay, so you don't know what exact data is there in the production, then you will I mean, you will do the IDX tools to deploy those promotions, and from the production only, the users who have the authority, they will add the product according to their needs. They will not create promotion; they will just add the products. Okay, so this is the second way. Next option is, what if you need to deal with the entire category that you have created? Maybe in your company, your client is following a very particular structure, and they said upon this tree they will sometimes create a tree like that only, right? There will be one category and that category, and under that category there are 2-3 categories more. So they will specifically tell you all the we need to provide that much discount or that much promotion for that particular category. In that case, just go and create that particular promotion under discount, because in that case they specifically telling you that we are the actual source of truth is not product. The source of truth is the category or the object, whatever they will call it. But the reality is, in that case, you should not apply that promotions and discount directly to any product, because when it get to when it get deployed to the production, the intention is that they will think, if I add any product, even in future also, if any product get added and this product, that product is basically part of that particular category, it will automatically avail those discounts and promotions. So in that case, you need to go to create the discounts under that category section. The intention of creating discount is something not just categorized to, I mean, the purpose of creating discount is not just to provide a mechanism that can apply on entire category, but also it can be fulfill the account and contract basis. Okay, let's say if your customers, like I was giving the same example in the last day, let's say Apple is purchasing some sensors from Sony. Okay, and they want to provide some discounts if Sony want to purchase something from Apple. Okay, in that case they will create a discounts, and under that they will create a account for Sony. Okay, and all those users who is having the same account, if they want to purchase any Apple product, they will get some additional discount. Next is something called corporate discount, which is contract based. That means if you working for Apple and you want to purchase any Apple products, in that case you will get some discounts, right? So those type of scenarios we can handle using the discount. Okay, so I hope the difference between promotions and discounts is clear now. Okay, now let's go ahead, and now what we will do is we will check one promotion which is already we created, or we will check if there is any promotion into the system, and then we will create a order, and then we will check how the price is going to vary based on that promotion. All right, so let's do that. We will also check one more thing: what will happen if we have more than one price item active at the same time. Okay, and once we discuss that, then we will move back to OmniScripts. I have left some topics there. So for this entire week, we will discuss some OmniScript topics. And from the next week, we will start the order management process. Okay. So I just want to make that balance, because I also don't want to pick all the complex topics at once. So yeah, it will be the combination of complex and easy topics, so that from the weekend when you go the revisions, you will get a better understanding and there will not be much problem. Okay, see, those topics are complex. So anyways, when the you will get the practice only when you work on a particular project, then only you will get the 360-degree view, what how we will actually going to configure this. I will try to simplify things as much as I could. I will also try to give you some real-time exercises this weekend also, so that you can, that will help you to configure those stuffs. Okay, so what I did is I basically, yeah, just open this Apple iPhone 10 promotion. So let's say this is the promotion. Let's also check what is the product that this promotion is applicable. Okay, so seems like this promotion is applicable for a bundle. So that's a good example. So let's do one thing. Let me first create an order. What we will do, we will add iPhone X intro bundle into that order, and we will not apply any discount or promotions, right? And then we will apply the discounts and promotion, and based on whatever we have configured in this screen, we will check how the configuration is varying to change the pricing. Let's do that. Uh, well, I'm using classic version because it is faster, but if you want to use lightning, you can do that. The concept and everything will remain the same. It's just the UI will get changed. Okay. Phone X, let me copy the same. And there may be a possibility that yeah, that you probably need to configure the this VF page. Okay, because this VF page has so many additional things also. We will also discuss that. Maybe you don't want to provide all those things to your users. In that case, you can use some of the codes that is written inside the component, and you can literally change on the UI basis and call those things to do the calculations. Okay, so this page get loaded. Next thing that we need to select is the price list. So let's say we selected the B2C, and now let me search about the product. That's a product. Let it load. This is the product, right? Yeah. So first we need to add that to the cart. The moment you add the product, you can expand that. Yeah, you will see it is a bundle. Okay, this is the main product. Under, you will see this is the main product, Apple X, this is the main product. 4G and unlimited talk, these are the sub child products under that, and they have named that entire combo as a iPhone X intro bundle. Okay, this is the name that they have given. Under that, there are three basically products. One product is the main product, and those two are the child products. Okay, that's a structure. If we are not providing any discounts or anything, it costs them around this if they select the recurring, and if they do the one-time payment, this is the uh, total MRP that they need to pay. There's no discounts. You can also check. You can also click here. You will see two buttons. If you click on I, it will give you the price idea. There's no discount on anything added at that moment. So what I'll do first, we will go to the promotion tab. Okay. So you can see that two promotions are applicable for one product. That is also a good scenario. That means you can create multiple promotions for one product also. Okay. Now you can also say, this is live examples also. When you purchase anything, you will see when you go to the promotion tab, or sometimes they don't call it promotion, they call it discounts, right? When you go to the discount tab, you will see the multiple discounts. Some will give you, let's say, $10 off, flat $10 off. Some will give you 10% off, right? So based on the ease of use or whatever you want, you can select. Same fashion here also, you can select which one you want. You want to avail this Disney Hotstar plan, or you want to avail this one, right? So let's say we have used this particular promotion. So what we need to do, we need to click on add to cart. Just keep an eye on the pricings, right? It will ask you, do you want to apply? Yes, we want to apply. But yeah, meanwhile, let's go and check the properties of that particular promotion. So this is the code. This whatever description is written, you will see the same description here also. Okay, 20% off iPhone X, $20, 6 months, right? All those things that you will basically write into the description, this will be available for the users to view. Next is the redeem code, price entry, price list. We have selected the same B2C. That's why we able to find this product. Otherwise, this will not, we will not see if we select some other price list. Okay, let's say we have selected B2B. In that case, this particular promotion will not be get listed here. Okay. Now this is the duration. If we also uncheck this option, that means it will, even we select the same price list, it will not get listed here. Users cannot avail this until we have selected that. Okay, this is manual opt out, and you can see the effective date also. Let's quickly go and check the functionality here. See, the action type is add, right? So if you go back, you will see the action type is add. That means since it is matching, so our discount and whatever we have configured will get activated, right? When you will see now that the price got changed, right? It successfully applied. Previously it was something different, right? It is 34 now, and previously it was, I think, 999. They have changed it to 799. Okay, so we will also, yeah, you will see this is 999. It is changed. This is previously 34, which is now 20, right? So those things is now reflecting back here. If you do the sum, it will be 34, right? Now let's do one thing. Let's go and check the condition, check the configuration first, and then we will talk about it. Now, the first thing that you will see here that they have configured is the update scope. That means they have selected update item and child items. What that mean is those promotions and all is now is not applying on any individual level. It get applied to the childs also. That's why you will see there is a entry, there is a discount on its child and main product. Okay, so that is what this setting does. They will ask you where you want to apply. You want to make it apply on particular child and on a particular card only, right? See, this is the one setting. Now you may ask how much percentage or how much discount we want to provide. Let's say this is the iPhone 10, right? And we have selected this option, update items only. That means how we will make sure how much discount get applied to which bundle product, right? Maybe in this bundle there are 10 products, I'll say. Okay, then how we will, where is that place where we go and actually configure how much discount we are providing to particular product, right? We'll discuss about that also. Okay, the question that I'm asking is, let's say there are three products you can list here. Okay, this product which is unlimited talk, right, plus text, there's no discount we have provided under that promotion, no price cut into that. We have provided the price cut into iPhone 10 and 4G data plan. So from where we can do those level of settings, we will also check this today. Now, yeah, first let's check. You can also edit. You will see 20% is off. So previously it was this, now it is this, right? So you will do the sum of this row and they will add this thing here. Same goes here also. Previously it was 34. It will give them 20% flat off. Okay, sorry, $20 flat off, and this is how it is showing, right? They basically override the price. Whatever price previously there, they simply do the override. Okay, it's not the actual off, it is a override. That's why you will see 20 here. Okay, now let's check how we can configure this option. Any questions? Okay, so let's go here and check this out. From here it is clear, right? The purpose of this is clear. Cardinality, everything is one. We will try to change the we will try to uh, add the promotion one more time, and we'll check how the cardinality will basically affect this entire system. But before that, let's go and check the promotion product adjustments. Like I was saying you, this will tell you in the last class we discussed this, right? The first thing will tell you when, what is the total duration of that particular product or that particular promotion. Second tab will tell you what is the total, who all the product that can avail this discount or promotion. The third tab will tell you how much we want to give the relaxation on particular products. Now you will see we have selected here products and child option, right? Yeah, update scope is item and child. Then if you go to the promotion and expand this box, you will see three child items, right? This is the unlimited talk time. You will go and check, go to the adjustments, pricing details and adjustments. You will see there is no entry created, right? That's why if you go back, you will see there is no discount or anything added to that particular child item, right? Nothing is added. Next item that is added is our main product, which is iPhone 10. Here, if you go and check, there is a discount, there is an adjustment actually added. Let me open. Okay, it is saying 20% off on the purchase with iPhone X and this is only available when you select that particular row, right? This is standard. All those they have selected the entry of 20% off, right? There's no time policy they have govern under that because it get controlled by the promotions only, right? And they have selected the effective date and check this checkbox. That means the 20% off can be configured if you go to the price adjustments and select the main product, right? Same things you will see 20% get changed here also, right? You will see 20% get off, and those maths you can verify from here itself, right? Whatever you have written into the description will be display text, basically display text. This will be written here also so that your users can check this. Okay, now let's move to the next one, which is the 4G plan, which is this one. 4G LET data plan. In 4G LET data plan, what we did is we provide the $20. We said what doesn't matter what is the recurring charge, you just need to pay $20. That is it, right? They said we will override this and you just need to pay $20 up to 6 months. Now, why you will see there is no entry into the adjustments? Can you answer this? The reason why there is no entry in the adjustments, because adjustments are meant to provide some level of discounts, right? 10%, 20%, or a flat value, right? In that case, we will use adjustments. We will use override when we want to specify that we can give you that much. Okay, you, it doesn't matter what is the MRP, you need to pay only this much. In that scenario, you will go for the override. So this is the same thing they did here also. They will say, oh, again, they write this thing here, whatever you want to display into the display sequence. They have selected recurring, monthly, and standard, and they have given 20%. Oh, sorry, $20, right? So the same thing they have given. Plus, also we want to give it for 6 months, right? So there they will provide the timeline to 6 months. Why they have not provided anything into the policy? Because they have, because the requirement is flat 6 months. Okay, um, there's no complex rule as such. That's why this particular settings need to be done on the plan, not on the policy. Okay, and we have not put anything into the effective until. Why? Because it is governed through the plan, time plan. Okay, any questions? It is clear, right? Same thing you will see here also. It is now changed to 20. That is what I want to discuss. Now let's also check the cardinality. Okay, so this is clear, right? If you want, even if it is a single product, you can simply go and add that product, and there you will go to the discount table, and then you can provide the overrides and adjustments, which is that. Okay, at that particular product level, we have not defined anything. We have defined it into the child level. Okay, that's a one thing. Now let's go and yeah, now let's go and check one more thing. Is cardinality. You can see the cardinality here is set 111. So what if we change the cardinality and try to add one more product? Okay, so let's go in general. You will see the main product can also have the same cardinality 111. So let me do one thing. Let me add one more here. Okay, then check. Okay, you will see there's a message written that you cannot add more than one quantity. So just keep it one. Now let me do one more thing. You can go to the promotion, sorry, products, and try to add the same product again into the cart. Okay. Okay. You will see it is written there, but even, sorry, it is added there, but it is, you cannot order this because of that particular error. Bundle has error, right? You can see this bundle has error. You can't proceed further because you have seen the validation message. Let me show you again. Okay, you will see following product cannot be added. It is violating the cart quantity. Okay, so same thing again. They have added this check for multiple places so that you cannot counter the cardinality. Okay, if we allow them to add maximum product to 2, then only you can go and order that. So that is the main thing. Okay, any questions? Guys, any question? Okay, I will take it as a no. Same thing you can also do when you go to the discounts. You can also get avail the same discounts offer, right? Yeah, this is the same. The principles of the discounts will remain the same. So you can go and check that. Now let's do one thing. This is about the topic that I want to discuss. And the next thing, let's go and quickly check those topics. Now let's go back to the OmniScripts. In the next week, we will continue with the same approach. There we will check once we do the order. Okay, once we set the required fields and click on the order button, how the decompose order functionality works. Okay, how we can set the rules after setting the order. Okay, we will talk about that thing into the next into Monday next week. Till then, let's talk about OmniScripts. In OmniScript, actually in data raptor, we have discussed one data raptor, okay, which is extract action. Let me open that. Let's open data raptor. Okay, we have selected extract only, right? Now, yeah, let's open the same. Okay, so just keep an eye on this data raptor. Okay, the object that we have selected is account. If I go to the fields, you will see we have configured couple of 4 fields here, right? And in the options, nothing we have specified, formula, nothing we have specified. So see, this thing that we have used is not optimized. Let me tell you why. But before that, let me first tell you how in the backend how this VF page basically works. Let's try to understand that. Hmm. Yeah. So see, I have written this here. So just keep an eye on this. So what it will do is first it will create a query where we will whatever fields that we have used, it will add those things here itself. Let's select all the fields that we have used from what object we have used, where, what a condition we use. This is the first query that it will create. Okay. And it store this value into a variable. The next thing that it will do is it will now create a temp variables to follow them to maintain the mapping. Okay, to actually create that tree, JSON tree, it will create a temp variable where it store the references whatever we have configured here, whatever name we have given, it will store that into that particular variable. Okay, next thing that it will do, it will check if there is any another query we have added. Okay, we can add another object and based on that it will do the query, right? So again it will follow the same thing, it will do the query and again it will uh, add those things into a variable, into a temp variable. The next thing that it will do, it will check if there is any formula we have created. Okay, we will discuss formula today also, but yeah, again it will check if there is any formula. If there is any formula, it will compute that formula, store it in a variable. Okay, so this is again it will do. Now in the sixth step, it will concatenate all the previous information into one variable and then it will convert it into JSON and send that back to the OS or wherever it is required to call. Okay, so those 7 8 steps it is doing. Okay, but in our case, whatever we have configured here, we only require one option, right? We just want couple of fields specifically from one object only. Even we are doing this, there are unnecessary methods that that particular view will call. Okay, so that sometimes what will happen if even if you deal with the omniscript where there's so much data raptors and integration procedure apex classes and all are going, in that case you need to actually fight on saving some milliseconds also. Okay, in that case whatever approach that you're using will be considered as non-bulky fight. Okay, for resolving this purpose where you have only one object and you want to query some couple of fields, in that case Velocity has introduced one another type of data raptor which is called uh, turbo action. Let me do one thing, let me go to the data raptor, clone it. Okay, here we have used interface load, right? If I go back and click on new, this one we have checked, right? Extract. Apart from extract, you will see turbo extract option. What this turbo extract do, let's do one thing, let's create a turbo extract. Okay, so at X turbo. and create it. Rest option remains the same. You will have a JSON and the other objects. Okay, the first difference that you will see, there is no formula. Okay, there's no other options. There is just extract and option. These are the two options only. You cannot configure formula. You cannot configure fields also. Okay, this is something which is the limitation, and I will tell you why is this also. So let's do one thing first. Add the account, which is the object. Okay, the next thing that it will ask how many fields you want to add into that particular object. Simpler. Let's add the same field. ID will always add it here. Next thing is the billing, street, city, and country. Let's add all those fields. Okay, you need to actually search here in city, country, street. Now you can add those fields. Here they will ask you if you want to give any where clause, where conditions. In our case, let's see if they have given any. No, right? There's no where clause that they have added. Yeah. Okay. Now just keep an eye. If I do the extract, you will see it is taking 1 to 5 milliseconds. Now the same thing if I go into the preview, and if I do execute, you will see it is saving some milliseconds, right? So why it is doing that? Because this time, if you go back at this level, it is not doing those unnecessary calls. It is simply making a SQL call and returning the response. It is not storing into in any variable. It is not waiting for other queries. It is not waiting to maintain any formula. So if, let me conclude this, if you have a requirement where you just need to query one object, okay, then you can directly go and configure turbo extract. You don't need to actually do anything else. You don't need to configure anything under any other type of information. You just simply need to go and call the turbo extract here. Even if you want child records, you can also get, let's say, if I go there, you will see all the childs. You can also make underscore r queries here. Okay, so if account is let's say you want to call some lookup information which is there, you can use underscore r information. Let's say you, instead of making account, you are in contact, okay, and you want to get the account shipping address or shipping street. In that case, you don't need to fire any other data raptor, right? Because you can use the underscore r relation to extract the value. Same thing you can do here also. So again, it is purely subjective, and you need to first think what is the scope of the development that you are doing. Let's say you get a requirement. In that requirement, the initial requirement is you need to only get couple of fields on related to one object. Okay, in that case, you should first think what is there any chance to in future to use the same data raptor for multiple objects, right? If the answer is yes, then you should not use turbo extract. You should use the normal extract. Okay, but if the answer is no, then you should not use extract. You should use turbo extract. Okay, so this is something which comes into the best practices, and turbo extract is only to meant to use the same thing here. Okay, all those fields that you have configured will be available here, and you will see it saves some seconds also, right? So yeah, this is the purpose of using turbo extract. Any questions on it? Now let's do one thing. Let's go to the normal extract or load. There is something called formula. We have not discussed this, right? So yeah, let's discuss that. If you click on new, it you will see it will ask you to add any formulas here, right? You will see is blank, is include, all those things. I have already shared you the link how to use those formulas in LMS. You can find that. But there's one more thing. Let's say what if you want to, let's say the requirement is this. Let's say this is the requirement. You somewhere from any external system, you are getting a list of items in a string. Okay, but you want to convert it into array. That means this is the particular requirement, this is the input that you are getting, but in your OS or somewhere else you want to use this into a array. Okay, then how you will probably do? As of now, you can say we will extract this information and use remote action, and then we call apex class and then use it, right? But what if this information is part of your JSON? What I mean by that, let's say this information you're getting inside the preview somewhere. Okay, and you need to, and whenever you're wherever you are dealing with this data raptor, let's say in the OS you have configured in such a way that there's a dependency on the JSON part, and due to that you cannot call a remote action or any such requirement where you only want to handle it on data raptor itself instead of uh, handling it into OmniScript. Let's say you're not using OmniScript, you're using data raptor for somewhere else. There is no option to control or to call any apex class. In that case, what you will do? In that case, you need to go to the formula. Okay, even there is no formula actually currently available in data raptor, which basically change this type of requirement, which deals this type of requirement where you need to actually control one value to the other value. There's no such formula available. So how you can do that? Let's check that option. You need to actually call a apex class. Okay, but the good part here is you can see there's some formula called is blank. Okay, you can create your own formula using apex class, and you can write those things here. Let's say we will add convert a string to JSON, or maybe we can create array. Okay, there's no formula called array, right? We will create a formula called array, and then we can add those things directly there. So this type of things we can do. Let's check how we can do that. Okay, here you will see data raptor actions. Object interface. I think they have changed the name. Just a second, let me find the tab. No, this one is not. Hmm. Interface launcher, velocity, actions. The problem is this, they frequently change the tab name. So check all velocity related tabs. API category, calculation, cards, term, data raptor, bundle. Let me just a second. Let me stop share and open the previous one. That I will show you. Okay, let me share that back. Actually, it is metadata time. Just a second. Yeah, my bad. It is not a tab. It is a metadata type. Let me start the recording. Yeah. You need to go to the metadata tabs. You know the metadata, right? Metadata is something which is org data, right? There you will see something called function definition. Just click on it. Okay. It has some fields, which is, let's say there's some standard fields, name, label, right? Apart from that, there are two couple of fields also, which is name, class name, and method name. That means, let me actually open and create a record. Okay. And yeah. So see what it will do. Let's say the requirement, like I was saying, the requirement is we need to convert a string into a map, or string into a character array, right? In that case, there is no formula, but this is a generic requirement. Let's say we want to use it and we want to create our own formula. In that case, what we need to do is we need to go to the uh, metadata, and their metadata we will find this function definition. You need to click on define function definition and create a record there. There we can write our own name of formula, which is, let's say the name of the formula is array, or maybe you can change it something else. Let's say split. This is the formula that we want to create. We want to call it split. And then the next thing that you need to do, you need to provide a name of a particular class and the method. So what it will do is basically whenever you pass any input here with the name of split, there's no, right, there's no pick list that is, you will see name of split, but once we save it, you will get it, right? Whenever we call split here, okay, all those value that we will define, it will be treated as an input and send that to that particular class, whatever configuration we will save here. So let's do one thing. Let me first show you how that class will look like, and then we will save this class, and then we will explore the same thing here. Okay, for that you need to do one thing. You need to create a class. This is the class that I have already written. Let me explain you the methods here. See, the first method is called invoke method. This is the very same thing that we have used in action remote action when we actually calculate the age and age category, right? This is the same way of calling the methods here also. You need to invoke this interface, which is velocity open interface, right? You need to first write the name of velocity, and based on whatever package you have installed, you need to append this here. Okay, you need to actually implement, then you need to actually use the class name. The same class you need to copy and use it here also in the class name. Whatever you will save, you need to put the same name here. Next thing that you need to do, whatever method you will use, you need to use the same method here also. If you go back, and now let's talk about the method. This, let me also give you a quick revision. This is what called invoke method. You have to use, like I was saying in the last classes also, this method name should be invoke method only. All the parameters should be like that only. First parameter tells what is the method name, second tells what is the input, and next will tell you what is the output, and next will tell you whether you want to call this method as a future or uh, or sync or async, right? This is something you can configure there. In our case, we have used method which we have called split method, right? And we have passed the input, which is this map, output, and the options. I don't think we should pass option, but let's say we have passed it. But after this line, after line number 6, this line number 8 needs, I mean, there's no requirement that you need to use those things as an input only. Here, from here, you can use any of them. That means you can also remove this option. There's no required thing that you need to configure, and you need to pass this option value here also. Okay. Now let's check how this value get used. So in the input, like I was saying, in whatever value you have passed here, this under the brackets, whatever value you pass, you will get this value inside input. Okay, but this will be this value will be inside arguments. Okay, because the structure that your omniscript or data raptor is sending back to apex class is in JSON. Okay, you need to store it like that only. It is actually map, where JSON means map, right? In Salesforce we call it map, where there's a value and there is a key, right? Key and value pair. So the key here is argument. Under argument you will get all the values. Okay, inside that you need to cast it to as object, right? Because we want to store it in an object manner. Why I'm storing it in an object? Because I'm not sure what is the nature of the value. Maybe it is 1 2 3 4, which is integer. Maybe it is again a complex structure, right? So in that's why we have stored into a object. After then we are using zero indexing, and then we are storing it into string, and then we are basically splitting it like that only. So what I'll do is, let me also add a debug here. Okay. And here we can check what is the exact structure of input. And now let's save this value. Use apex class. Okay, save it. 15. Okay, it got saved. Now let's open the console, or let me actually add a log. Here it will be not easy to view that. Let me enable the logs. Okay, now let's save this. Okay, once you save your apex class, you just need to save here also. Okay, it got saved. Now if you go back to the data raptor, refresh this data raptor. Okay, go to the formula, and here if you write, okay, now you will get, it is giving you a prediction of a split. Why? Because now it will treat it this as a formula. Okay, just click here, remove the value, and now you can provide the value, anything, right? Say we will provide this same value. Under semicolon you need to explain write this down. Okay, now this separator, right? You can use comma or semicolon, anything based on the requirement, but you need to make sure in the apex class also you will use the same thing. Here we have used semicolon column as a split, right? So this thing you need to take care. Now let me, yeah, click on my logs and delete all those. Okay, now let's go back. Okay, and yeah, same thing you need to configure. Actually you need to provide a output path also. So let's say the output path is my value. Okay, the same thing you need to go to the fields, and click on new. There you will see my value, and in the domain you can say output. You can configure here. Now if you go and click the preview and execute it, it is not showing because we are inside load. That's why it is not showing the data here, right? Anyways, we can check this into the logs. Here you will see. Mm, Actually, here we need to actually find the log file. Let's do one thing. Let me actually configure the same thing to any X turbo extract, right? Yeah, it is load actually. That's why let me change the definition from load to extract. Okay. Okay. ID not equal to. Now if you go to the preview, hmm, let's go and search for any account name. Okay, now let's take a preview. DR update 01. Just a second. Let me actually delete that and check if it is because of the configuration we have added. No. Let me do one thing. Let me create another extract. Maybe it is because of we have changed the type to load. Maybe because of this, it is showing this exception. data raptors. Okay, this one is also having contact. I'm just looking for one data raptor which is having only one record, so that it will be directly visible and we can compare the performance also, right? It's this. Yeah, this one is fine. Let's do one thing. Let me do the preview. Yeah, that one looks fine. Let's configure split here. Okay. Inside the split, if we go back for those values, okay, give you my value as an output path. In the option, we need to add, in the output, we need to add a row, right? So let's do one thing. Let's click on plus, and here we can use my value as a path. In output, we can use my uh, data value. Let's say this. Okay. Now, if you go to the preview, okay, you will execute it again. You will see data value. We will get the entire option. Now this option is showing as an array. Now let me do one more thing. Let's go and clear the log, or let's check if that log is visible. Because see, when you do the extract, there's so many in the backend, it will fire so many data raptors, right? I mean backend actions. So it will be a little challenging to find the exact log file. Yeah, let's give it a try. Yeah, here you can see this is our information that we are sending. If I go back to our class, right, we have added the debug log at line number 9, and I was directly added value, and whatever input that particular method is sending, we have captured the entire method, right? Now you can check here. If you go back to the log file, you will see this is a array. I mean, this is nothing, it's not array, it is basically a key and value format, right? You can also check there is an argument as a key, there's an equal mark, and whatever value that we have used in our data raptor, it is showing as there, right? That's why we have stored this information in an object first, okay, and then we have used zero indexing so that we will find this particular information, which is cat, dog, whatever it is, right? And then again, after this logic, once we get this information, it is pure Salesforce. We can now convert it into a split and display back to the UI. Okay, any questions on it? Okay, in the next class, what I will do is we will touch base. This is something I want to discuss today, but yeah, maybe it is taking some extra time. So in the next class, we will discuss about done and done rendering and other options. You guys can do the practice of this formula. This is very powerful thing. Okay, it will literally help you to consume so much thing for you. Let's say we have only taken one simple requirement. Maybe there is some complex rules that you want to run. Okay, in that case, you actually don't need to be dependent on remote actions, because the same time you were firing the data raptor, you will actually use the same thing. But there is a problem also. Since we are calling a apex class inside data raptor, you will see our CPU time is drastically changed. Okay, this is the only drawback of using so much formula inside one data raptor, because it will slow down the process. So make sure this thing you also take care. Take a wise decision, and based on that you need to control up to how much formula you can support. Okay, but again, if there is a dependency on the JSON structure, like how we want to display this data value, and inside that we want to give a list, right? And we want to use the same thing to be part of the JSON structure, right? In that case, we need to use the formula inside that also. Okay, the formulas, when you actually do, you need to go back to the metadata, and inside metadata you will find this function definition. Inside that you will add one entry on your class and method name and what exact name you want to call your formula. Okay, once you do the same, you will see this will be available for all the data raptors. All right. Okay, now I pause for any questions. Let me ask. If you have any question, you can ask now. If no question, then we can probably wait today, and tomorrow we'll discuss about the rendering part, navigation actions actually. Okay, then for this entire week, let's connect on 8:30. Okay, 8:30 to 9:30, and from the next week we will continue with the same timing, which is 8. Okay, guys, thanks for joining. Let's meet tomorrow.